What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since we've done an update video. We did get some stuff done off the list. We have, if you look over there, actually right there, the new panel is in, and I have 200 amp in the garage now, which is cool. I can run the TIG, I can run the plasma. I could run the TIG on 110. Now I can run it on 220 and it's happier. The plasma works best on 220, so that's all done. I'm wiring in lights, which are still tied to the house, so I have to finish wiring in outlets, tie that into the new box, and then that'll get rid of the last overhead thing to the house, which was the entire goal behind this. Plus we had to go from 100 amp to 200 amp in here because we had this old, I'll show you real quick. We had this really crappy little tiny box right up there, that thing, and it was junk. So we got power, and that's done. And now I'm working on other stuff. We're remodeling the bathroom, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. Today, if you look over that way, the 53 is actually getting some progress. We had cut the back. If you remember last episode, we quartered the roof, and I have it there. That's my neighbor's little trailer, not mine. We have it laid out, and that's 1/2 of a quarter. So let's go this way as I burn out on my little scooter, and we'll take you over here. We're going to set you right there so you can see a little better. So the main roof is, the main roof is just lying up there right now, so don't pay attention to it. But this is 1/2 of a quarter of the roof, because as we moved down, the cab got wider, the roof did not. So when you cut, this has 7.5 inches out of it right now. We took 5, and then we took 3 more out of the front. I did not take 3 out of the back. I actually took about 2 1/4, roughly. I wanted a little bit of a slope, front to back. So to do that, if I'd have left this quarter on one piece like the other side is, what would have happened is we'd have had, it would have come over to about here, and it wouldn't have made it all the way over because this is wider because of the slope of the roof. So we had to split the quarter into 2 halves. So this is now lined up right here. That's what I wanted. Got my mail slot. That's what I wanted. So now I'm going to take the other 1/2 of this, and it'll get tacked on here. And that'll leave me a little tiny strip to put in right there, and that'll connect it back up. We'll do the same thing on the other side, which the other side is lying, as I knock you guys around, right there. You can kind of see it in a box of other stuff. And also, because it's going to take me a while to get my big block done for this, there is an LM7. It's out of an 01 Tahoe. It's a Gen 3 5.3 LS. That is actually going to be the, at least for next summer, that's going to be the engine that goes in it. We're going to put a set of twins on it, Holley fuel management system, the whole 9 yards, like normal, like you do with an LS. So I'll put a Dominator, a Holley Dominator in it, and that way when we go to the screw blower motor with the big block, I can still run fuel injection. I can run, multiple sets of injectors, do all that. So this LM7 is going to get ring gap and a cam, springs, basic upgrades. We're going to leave it stock bottom end as far as crank, unless I run across a good set of Gen 4 rods. Then I'll switch rods over and put some forged pistons in it. So that'll be the motor for now. We'll put twin turbos on it. We'll run it next year and have fun with it. I still want a blower motor. It's on the back burner right now. This electrical stuff we just did was expensive because of tariffs. The price of basically everything in this upgrade doubled almost. So the actual materials went up over 25% in a month. And we had originally booked this job in March, and we didn't get it done until last month. So everything went up. It's no fault of the electrician. It's just the way everything's working right now. But it's done. So I'm going to finish wiring in my outlets in the ceiling for lights, get that done. And I'm still plugging along. The S10 is down for paint. I started doing body work on it. The roughly 6-year-old paint job that's on it was starting to show its age from the winters and everything. So it's going through. We're doing a lot of upgrades to it. It's going to look a lot better when it's done. My goal right now is just to get it in epoxy for the winter, and then spring I'll throw color on it. So it's another project. And like I said, we're redoing the house a little bit at a time. But I had to come out and get some work done on this. This is what I wanted for a finished product, was this little tiny back window. I want this thing slammed. Next step is, once I put this roof back together, then we're going to take 8 inches out of the body, about the mid-door level, roughly. So that's the next project. I'm waiting to see. Right now, we're going to go 25.3 chassis, which is mild steel. And I thought, you know what, if I ever decide to sell this thing, or after something happens to me and my wife inherits it, it'll sell better with a 25.2 or 25.1 Molle chassis under it. So we're going to just bite the bullet, and I'm probably going to do R8 Drocall instead of 4130, and we'll do a 25.2 chassis, which I think is good to 3,200 pounds. I think a 25.1 is only good to like 28, 26, something like that. But they're both good sub 6 second, range. So whoever ends up with this after I die can, they can go as far as they want to go with the motor, and the chassis will cert for whatever speed you want to go. It'll go 200 mile an hour or better. It will never do that with me in it, because I don't have that kind of money for that kind of engine. That's, you're looking at like Steve Morris stuff at that range. But long story short, we're working on it. We're making progress. I've done some photos. They'll go in the Rat Rod forum. They'll get posted. I'll probably put them on the Merc page on Facebook, which I have seriously neglected. Because with everything else that's going on, even with my health issues and everything else, my mother-in-law and my wife and I have decided that we're going to reopen the bakery that my mother-in-law used to own. So I'm doing all the legwork and logistics for that, which it's its own project just in itself. But that's okay. So I have my cab to work on. I have another LM7 to work on. Also, I have a spare block and some other stuff too, cranks, other pieces, rods, pistons, coil packs, intakes. I got all kinds of stuff. We're probably going to do drive-by-wire, I think, on this one. I may do a drive-by-cable. I haven't decided yet. But it's definitely getting a Holley a Dominator setup. And I'm thinking, I haven't got my heat hooked up in the garage yet, and it's already October, and it's starting to cool down. It's probably 70 right now, or high 60s. But it's nice out, so I can work. I don't care. As long as it gets above 40, I'm going to keep working. So we're going to get the rest of this buttoned up in the next couple weeks, roughly, while I'm doing everything else. And then we'll brace the inside of it all up with 1x1, and then I can take and section it, and then it'll be ready to go over the chassis once the chassis is built. I did build a portable frame table out of an old, it was a pop-up camper. And it is true and square and straight. I've measured it 80 different directions, and I'm actually going to put it on. I have infinitely adjustable jack stands, so I will actually build the chassis on that table so that I can tack my number 1 bar and everything, the main rails, everything will get tacked to the trailer. Nothing can move. Once I tack it down, then we can build the main cage and everything. Then we'll put it on the ground as a roller with the 4-link and everything under it. And then, we'll have a rolling chassis. We can set the body down over it, and then, wiring, plumbing, all that stuff. So that's a game plan. I apologize again for not having been on here in a while. We've just been busy between doctor appointments and hospital crap and all kinds of junk, that isn't car, that sucks because it isn't car. So anyway, we're going to keep working on this, and I'll get this up today, get it edited tonight, get it up. Hopefully I'll do the other side tomorrow. I got some measuring to do, and then I'll make the cuts on it. And we'll get this tacked into place with the MIG. We'll get the corner, the rest of this tacked in with the MIG. Then I can make my strip and put in it. And we'll do the same thing on this other side. Then the back third of the roof from the, I guess would be actually the C-pillar, will be done all the way to the back. Then all it is now is cut the main roof down. Originally it was going to have to be widened. Now it's going to have to be narrowed because we took so much out. I'm actually going to have to narrow the main roof between the A-pillars and back here. So I'll get that done and tacked on. And then it'll be a solid cab again, short of the door that I took off. The other door is still tacked on. So that'll be the next step. So anyway, I've babbled long enough. We'll get this up tonight. You guys can see it. And we'll keep plugging away a little bit at a time. So I apologize. I hadn't done a video for a while. My big shout out to Tony Zambino in Texas. Longtime follower of mine. Great guy. Another Mopar. He's a Mopar junkie, but he's a big black Camaro guy from back in the day. And we talked on the phone the other day, and he says, you haven't done a video forever. And I thought, you know what? It has been a while. And I went back and looked, and I was like, Jesus, it was like August. Last video I did. We're in October. So I just get my ass in gear. That's all there is to it. So anyway, we'll get this up tonight, and hopefully we'll get another one. School bus. That time of year. We'll get this video up tonight. We'll get another one. Let's see. Today's Wednesday. Maybe tomorrow. Probably Friday. We'll have the rest of this done, and we'll go from there. So you guys know the drill. If you're new here, like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that stuff. And we'll just keep plugging away. So you guys have a good day. We'll see you again soon.